Hi, Frank Alexander here. I just want to read a comment that I got on the web the other day in response to one of my articles. Handshara 6969 writes, so my home AC, when I turn it on, it shoots the breaker, or parentheses, it turns the breaker off, in parentheses. My first comment to this is, never reset an air conditioner breaker. The breaker has tripped for a very dangerous reason. It's either a short circuit or a ground fault. The breaker is not there to protect the system from overloads, which can happen all the time. The breaker is oversized significantly to only protect the unit from a ground fault or a short circuit. So if it is tripped, you've got one of those two conditions. And either one of those two conditions is very dangerous. Um, in a short circuit situation, you have significant voltage traveling with no resistance through the wire and high current values there. So, in doing so, the breaker is designed so that it takes 1 to 2 cycles for the breaker to trip. In that time, that's a very short amount of time because electricity cycles at 60 cycles per second. So 1 or 2 cycles is not enough time for anyone to react physically or mentally, even to react to what's happening. And if you reset that breaker and a voltage surge or a current surge goes through that breaker, it could explode and it can take your hand off. So it is very, very dangerous to do that. The first thing that should be done if you've ever found an AC breaker tripped is to call an experienced technician or an electrician out to analyze the situation. You don't want to reset that breaker. uh, you really wouldn't. What you want to do is find out what caused the short circuit or ground fault, and that requires testing all the equipment first, then finding the fault and repairing it or replacing the part before you reset that breaker. And it's significant because if that breaker explodes, or during that short period of time, and you try and reset it and explodes, it can take your hand off. So you want to get somebody out there who will, either replace the part that's gone bad. A lot of times this could be at your capacitor. It can be at your contactor, and a significant amount of time it is internal to the compressor. So the compressor could have gone bad, internally shorted out, and the windings can touch the housing, short to ground situation, that sort of thing. So um, just a warning and a bit of caution. If you ever find your AC circuit breaker tripped, I do not recommend resetting it. Do not touch it. Do not do it. Call a service technician. Call an electrician. Call somebody who can find out what is the problem for that breaker tripped before anybody resets it. Fix the problem, then reset the breaker. That's my recommendation, and I hope you stay safe. Thanks.